Hey everyone. So in the last lecture, we saw user management. So we have created the user. The username was Natasha. We have given her the password. We saw some files to see the encrypted passwords. And in this one, we are going to see some more related to the user management. So let's see. Uh, just put this over here. Okay. Let's see if the last user has a password. In the last one, we just gave the password to the Natasha. I hope I don't forget that password. I'm bad with a bit bad with the passwords. So let's see. I'll just do it full screen. We'll go to sudo and let me check first. Okay, we need to go to the sudo for this. And the password for this sudo is this one, and do clear. And we want to see the last part of the file. So slash etc slash passwd. Maybe we need to go inside the shadow. So we go to shadow. Okay, so as we have seen in the last lecture, this is the user we have created. This is the encrypted password for the user, and it is starting with the $6, which is like the password is encrypted with the algorithm. The algorithm is used to encrypt that password is SHA-512. Okay, SHA-512. And this is the password for the user. And yeah, we are going to see this part of the user, like the password policy. Okay, password policy management. So, what is the password policy management? Every user will have its password except the system users because they are handled by the applications of the Linux, applications in the Linux. So, if the root is creating a user, then the actual user can put a password on that user. So the password will have some policies like the expiration date or when the password will be going to expire. If the root wants to log the user or unlock the user, then how can we do that? So that's all we are going to see in this part, in the password policy part. Let's see. The first command is chage. So we can say change, but it's like the naming convention. So we'll see chage hyphen L for the username. But we can see the what the change hyphen L2 list. Okay. Show account aging information. What's the aging? That's the part. So aging is like when the account is going to be expire. Okay. So we'll see that chage. Oh, sorry. Ge hyphen L and the username is Natasha. See that. What's the fields over here? Last password change is today only because we have just changed the password or given the new password to the Natasha, the first password, which is today only. Password expires? Never. Okay. Password inactive? Never. Account expire? Never. Maximum number of days between password change is zero. Like, what does this line means? Minimum, oh, sorry, it's minimum. I said maximum. So minimum number of days between password change. So it means that if you change the password today on 9th of February 2025, what will be the next day? date or time you can authorize, like you got the permission to change the password. What's the next day or date? So it's like zero. What does this zero mean? So zero means that if you have changed the password today, then you can also change the password after the 10 minutes. Okay? After 5 minutes. Or you can change it tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. It's like you can change it anytime. Okay? And the maximum number of days between password change. So it's 99,999. So it's like the next password you have to give to the user after these days. Okay. Number of days of warning before the password expires. Because after the 99,999, your password will be get expired. So how many days prior to that date the warning should be given? So it said that the seven, okay, before the 7 days of this date might be like it's like too long. Any human being can't live for this time. So it's like prior to 7 days, it will warn to the user to change the password because the password is going to get expired. Okay. So we are going to see how to like manipulate this data. Okay. Because if let's take an example of a company. Hmm? So a company founder or CEO will have such kind of data. Okay. But if you're recruiting an intern in your company, so it's a temporary internship period. And after that, 3 months or 6 months, the intern should be going out of the company. Okay, he should be leaving. So how can you manage this as if you want to change that I'm not giving this intern 99,999, but after the 45 days or 60 days or 90 days, the password should expire or the user, the actual user, the root made the user should be expired. So this we can manipulate. This we can manipulate. Okay? So you are going to see that. Okay. Check the password. What's happening? Okay. Check the password expiry details. So we can vim inside this. This is the etc login.defs. Vim et/etc/login.defs. And here you can find something as the, yes, this one. So you can manipulate this. Okay. So this is like the uh, this is the naming convention, and you can see the comments for these naming conventions. Pass warn age. So what is pass warn age? This is number of days warning given before the password expires. You can do this 10, you can do this 50, you can do this 100 as you want. So what is pass main days? So if you want to set a criteria that I made a like I'm a root and I made a password or the user as Natasha, and the Natasha will have to give the password to her username. Okay, and now she has given the password to the username, but now she can't change the password. She needs to wait for one full day, 24 hours, to change the password. So I'll just say here one. I'll remove the zero and I'll say one. Okay. And then here you can also change this one. So you can like play with it. It's not like play with it because it's like very sensitive data and information to handle too. So you should be careful while doing manipulations with this. Okay, let's go to the next one. Change the system-wide password expiry settings. So you can do like this is the efficient way if you are going to hire 100 interns. Okay. Now, for the next 100 users, I want to set that those users would be going to expire after 45 days. How you can do that? You can't add one-to-one entry for every single user. So you can change the file itself. And after the 45 users, you can change the file again. Okay. So it's like the default file for every single user you can create. Okay. And if you want to just hire two interns, then this is not an good practice, I must say, because after two users, you need to change this again. Okay. So you'll see this command. Uh, Before this, we need to see what does option M, option capital M, option capital I, and option capital E means. Okay, change. So man change, not the change. We have seen the option capital E over here. So what's this? We can see the date here, so we can predict what's this. So E is the expire date. What's the expire date of the user you have created? Let's see. E means that set the date or the number of days since 1st of January 1970 on which the user account will no longer be accessible. The date may also, like, you can set the date like this. So the date may also be expressed in the format of year, month, and the date. Okay. So YYY and then month and the date. This format is also okay to set the expiry date of the user. Okay. Or the format more commonly used in your area. A user whose account is locked must contact the system administrator before being able to use the system again. Okay. We are going to see how, what's the account locking means. So we'll see the next option. So there is small m over here. Min days. What's the small m means? Set the minimum number of days between the password change to min days. A value of 0 of these fields indicate that the user may change their password at any time. So we have seen that we created a user called Natasha and the min date to change her password is 0. So if we want to set that uh, Natasha can change her password in 24 hours, and after setting the password, if she wants to change the password, then she needs to wait for 24 hours, like the one day. Okay, so how we can do that? We can add option M over there. What does option M means? It means the minimum days to change the password. What is the option capital M means? Max days. Okay. The min days is that set the minimum number of days between password changes. We can say that the max days will say set the maximum number of days during which password is valid. So if we say that the password is valid for 99,999 days, then it will not be expired. Like logically, it will not get expired. The human being can get expired in that duration, but the password will still be valid. Okay, so sorry for the bad joke. When the max days plus last day is less than the current day, the user will be required to change their password before being able to use their account. This occurrence can be planned for in advance by use of the hyphen capital W warn days. We have seen that the warn days in that user is 7. So we can also set that over here, which provides the user with advance warning. And what does capital I means? We have seen the warn days, so we don't need to like repeat this. I, yes, inactive. Hyphen I is inactive. Set the number of days of inactivity after the password has expired before the account is locked. So if, sorry, so if the Natasha is unable to log in to her user, like she didn't logged in inside the user for this much days as we have given to the inactive field, then the password will get expired after a password has expired before the account is locked. Okay, so the inactive option is the number of days of inactivity. It The inactive should be stated as the number of days the user is inactive on the environment, Linux environment. A user whose account is locked must contact the system administrator before being able to use the system again. Okay, so the account will get automatically locked if the user is inactive for the particular duration. Can we do this? Let's see. For the Natasha user, you need to type this. Chage. Okay, chage. The first option is option M, which is minimum days is 1. Maximum days is 35. So Natasha is not for the long time in this machine, 35. And then hyphen I is for the inactivity. If Natasha is out for more than 10 days, then the account will be locked. The expiry of the account will be in hyphen E to 2025 12/7. Okay, 2025 12 and 07. Okay, and we need to mention the username. Let's set the username as Natasha, and yeah, we can see it by using the command chage -l Natasha. You can see Feb 9, we have changed the password. March 16, when the password will get expire. March 26, the password would be inactive. And on the December 7th of 2025, the account will get expired. Okay. The minimum number of days between the password change is 1. Maximum days of maximum number of days between password change is 35, and number of days of warning before the password expire is 7. I hope it is clear. We'll go to the next one. We have just seen this, so no need to read the description for this. Alternative is this, you can do this as well. So we'll go to the next one. Now we have some like daily purpose, not for the daily purpose, but you should know these commands. So how to check if the user exists? So we can use ID and the username. We'll just see that in a moment. Clear and ID Natasha. Are you present? Yes, Natasha said. User ID is 1001. Natasha. Group ID is 1001. Group ID is 1001. Got it. Next one. User group management. A user can be a part of the secondary group. Okay. So we need to create a group as Okay, group add, and we will create a sales group as the example says, sales group. And we'll add Natasha inside that group. So user mod, and we'll add Natasha to sales. Natasha, I think I'm doing right. We can see that by using cat or tail only one, and I want to see etc pass wd. And okay, we need to see something else like okay, where we can see the group one. Mm, G shadow is for the okay. We can see that. Okay, sales is the group where we added Natasha. So Natasha is the part of the sales group. Let's go to the next one. Yeah, we have done this right now. Assign the Natasha to the sales group and remove the secondary groups. Okay, command ID Natasha, and we can okay, groups Natasha, and you can see there is a sales group added to the Natasha user. Okay, it was a pretty straight command, but like we have the habit to complex like just okay, whatsoever. Uh, let's see what's the next one. Verify the group membership. Yes, we did that. Okay. Now we also want to add Natasha inside another group. So we are a startup company, and we are just a group of 10 people working on multiple things at the same time. And we don't have a budget to hire many people. So we hired Natasha. Natasha is like very talented girl, and we want to add Natasha in the marketing group right now. So group add marketing, and we want to add. But now, how can we add Natasha in the marketing group? Because if we added Natasha in the marketing group, then sales group would be gone, and all the privileges in the sales group are also gone. So we need to add as user mod hyphen A for append, and G is for the group. We need to mention the group name, which is marketing, and we need to specify the username. What's the option here? A for append and G for group. Okay. And now you can see ID Natasha, and you can see it over here as Natasha is got added in both of the groups. She is a part of the sales group and the marketing group too. Let's go to the next one, which is lock and unlock the users. Okay, Natasha did some mischievous things, like we need to lock her username, or Natasha left our company, so she should not like log in inside the user. So we should use user mod hyphen capital L. Okay, so the capital L means lock the user. User mod capital L Natasha. Natasha is locked. Natasha is no more, can't log in inside her username. Okay. So Natasha's account is locked. Let's see how we can see that the account is locked. So we can see that tail hyphen one and slash etc slash pass wd. Not in the pass wd, we need to go inside the shadow because the yeah. Can you see the hyphen over here? Not the hyphen, the exclamatory mark over here. So this states that user is no longer put his password or login inside. his username or her username. Okay, so this was not present. We can only see $6, which is for the to identify the algorithm which used to encrypt the password. So the exclamatory mark is suggesting that the user is locked right now. Okay, now you can also see it over here. Check if the password has exclamatory mark in front indicating that account is locked. Now Natasha came back. Natasha said that I visited my native place. That's why I was unable to contact you. So I want to come back to your company. And we want to like we are group of 10 people, so we don't have any options. So we need to unlock her user ID. So we will say hyphen U. Okay. So hyphen U, what will hyphen U do? It will unlock Natasha's account. Chmod hyphen capital U Natasha. Invalid option. Why? Why is that? We need to check man chmod. Where is the options? Hmm, can't find the U one. Can we try with the small U? Uh-huh. No. I need to debug this issue again. Like not this one, to unlock the password, like unlock the account. So we'll go to the next part. The next part is, oh, what's happening? Okay. So if we are recruiting another one and we want to set the UID, which means the user ID, to a specific number. You have seen that while we are giving Natasha a UID, it's the UID of the Natasha, which is 1001. Okay, so we are not specifying this. This is system specified UID. Okay, so what if we want to specify the UID for the user? Then we can do that by using useradd -u. But how will this work? Oh, the user mod is different. Okay, let's see. I'll just clear the screen. User add -u and the user ID, which means the number we need to specify, which is 4000, and the name is Lina now. Okay. What if we want to see tail -1 and we want to see /etc/passwd? You can see the user ID of Lina user got 4000 and the 4000. The group ID is also populated with the user ID. Okay. Create the user Lina with the UID 4000. We have seen that. We have seen these also. If we want to switch the user, we can use SU hyphen and the username. If we want to switch to the Lena now, SU hyphen Lena, and we are inside the Lena because Lena don't have any passwords at this time. We'll go inside the root again. Good. Make a user non-interactive. So by default, normal user will have the bash shell. Okay. So if you want to prevent that user from logging in inside your account, so either you can lock his account, or you can lock like change his uh, shell. Okay, so this is no login shell, non-interactive shell. We can say user mod hyphen s. We can like check first user mod, and hyphen s should be there. Shell. So if you want to change the shell, then we can give it to them. Uh, oh, I think, okay, where is this? User mod. Okay, we'll see the next command. I think we have just found out how to unlock Natasha's password. So we'll see it afterwards, after this one. Okay, we want to make Lena's account for non-interactive shell. How we can do that? We can use user mod hyphen s and sbin no login and username. Okay, user mod hyphen s, and what do we need to give? The non-interactive shell, which is sbin, and no login, and we need to state that Lena is this, where we can see that slash etc slash passwd. So if I don't have, I think, that one. So I'll just say that tail hyphen one and slash etc slash passwd. You can see that the Reina will have a non-interactive shell from now. Okay, she can't log in inside her user. Now, I think we can unlock the Natasha's account by using the user mod. I think we have seen it over here. Yes, here. User mod have capital U, which is unlock a user's password. This removes the exclamatory in front of the encrypted password. You can't use this option with hyphen P or hyphen L. Okay, user mod. User mod hyphen U, please unlock the Natasha's password. And yes, Natasha's password is gone. We want to check if Natasha's password. Okay, you need to go inside cat or tail hyphen one and slash etc slash passwd. You need to go inside the shadow. Gone. So we haven't given the password to this account actually. That's why we are saying this. Actually, we have given. We don't know what happened. Okay, but you can see that we unlocked the Natasha's account. Okay, let's see. Verify shell things. Yeah, we have seen this. Delete a user. Now, how we can delete someone from the users? So we can use userdel username. We'll do this quickly for the Lena's user. User del Lena. I think userdel user Lena is currently used by process 51574. Then we can kill that process. Mm, Kill PID. I think we can say that hyphen 9 and the PID killed. And can we do that again? Okay, log out. Why to do that? Okay, we need to log in again. Mm, mhm. And we should be in at any moment. Yeah, terminal. SU. I'll just increase the font, not this one. Okay. Let's see. User Dell. User Dell Lena. User is gone. How we can check that? Slash etc slash password. We just have only two users, which is this is my Suresh Gaikwad users and Natasha. Okay, Lena is gone. Now, if we see that Lena's user is gone, but her files like the home directory of Lena would be there only. So what if we want to delete that also? So it's time to say goodbye to Natasha. So we'll say userdel and -r, which is to remove, and Natasha. It will delete all the files related to the Natasha, her home directory, and her username. If I say password, then the only user left is me. Okay. This is the last command for the day, which is to grant sudo access to any of the users. So how can you grant any of the access, like the sudo access to any of the users? So there are some work which we do on day-to-day basis, but we don't have uh, like priority for that. Wait a second. Okay. We don't have the privileges to do those tasks. So what we can do? We need to wait for someone who can do that task. But it would be a time-consuming process. It's not an efficient way to get things done. So that's why we uh, give some sudo access to some users. So if me, Su Gaikawa is my username, if he needs only four commands as sudo, okay, not all the commands, but only four commands, then I'll give him access of those four commands as a sudo user. Okay, so we'll see how to do that. You need to go inside the sudoers file, vim /etc slash sudo ers. I think I'm right. Yes. You can see at almost, yes, over here on the line number 100. Allow root to run any of the commands anywhere. Okay. But we can add more users inside this. So I can add actually Sugaika. Okay, and then after pressing tab I can say all, which means it will give the access of all user all the commands, and I can say all over here too, and all. Okay, it's not an efficient way to give all the permissions to the regular user, because what's the point then? The root is doing the same thing, and the normal user is also doing the same things. So root should give only the specific accesses which the normal user needs in his daily life. Okay, so this should not be the good practice to give all the access. We'll quit from this, but we'll get to know that how to add privileges to any of the normal user to access some special commands from as he will get the power of the root. If you specify any of the user over here, then he'll get the power to execute those commands. He'll become root for those this amount of time when he will be executing that command. I hope you are understanding. So that's all for the lecture. That's all for today's lecture. We have seen so many things in the part two. Next and the last part, we are going to see permissions in the next lecture only. It's not the last part. So we'll see in the next lecture. Bye.